Every day, we encounter countless challenges that test our patience and disrupt our peace of mind. Whether it's the frustration of being stuck in traffic when you're running late, the annoyance of a coworker's habits, or the sudden panic when your phone dies in the middle of an important call. These minor irritations can add up, shaping how we experience our lives. But what if there was a way to survive and thrive in these moments? Enter Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that offers profound insights and practical tools for transforming daily frustrations into opportunities for personal growth and lasting inner peace. In this article, we'll delve into the timeless wisdom of Stoicism, exploring how its teachings can help us master our reactions, cultivate serenity, and achieve profound personal transformation. By the end, you'll see why these principles have influenced some of the greatest minds in history, and more importantly, how you can start applying them in your life today. If you're eager to embark on this journey of self-improvement and resilience, subscribe to our channel. Together, we can continue exploring the power of Stoicism and unlock the keys to living a more fulfilling, balanced life. So, let's get started and dive into the first lesson. Lesson 1. Embrace anger as a natural emotion. Anger is something we all experience. It's part of being human. Yet, how often do we let it dictate our actions, leading us to react impulsively in ways we later regret? Stoicism offers a different approach. Instead of trying to suppress or ignore anger, Stoic philosophy encourages us to acknowledge it as a natural response and empowers us to control how we react to it. The Stoics, like Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius, taught that while we cannot always control the external events that trigger our anger, we can control our internal response. This simple shift in perspective is transformative. Rather than letting anger take the reins, we can see these moments as opportunities to practice virtues like patience, understanding, and resilience. Consider a situation where someone cuts you off in traffic. The immediate surge of anger is natural, but Stoicism asks us to pause and examine our reaction. Is the other driver's action truly anger us, or is it our belief that our path should be free of obstacles? By questioning the judgments we place on events, we open the door to changing how we feel and respond. This doesn't mean we deny our emotions. We gain a deeper understanding of them. When we recognize that our anger stems from our perceptions, we can alter those perceptions, leading to more constructive responses. Over time, this practice helps us handle anger more effectively and fosters empathy for others struggling with their emotions. In embracing anger as a natural emotion, we set the stage for a more deliberate and thoughtful way of interacting with the world, one that aligns with our deeper values and leads to a more peaceful life. Lesson 2. Cultivate mindfulness. Mindfulness is more than just a trendy buzzword. It's a practice deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy. At its core, mindfulness is about being fully present in the moment, aware of your thoughts and actions, and maintaining control over your reactions to the world around you. The Stoics believe practicing mindfulness can create a space between our experiences and responses, allowing us to choose actions that align with our values rather than being driven by impulsive emotions. Why is mindfulness so powerful? Because it gives us the ability to pause and reflect before reacting. When someone says something that irritates you, your immediate instinct might be to snap back or respond defensively. But mindfulness invites you to take a step back, to notice the surge of emotion without being overwhelmed. This moment of pause isn't just calming, it's empowering. It allows you to respond in a way you won't regret later. Incorporating mindfulness into daily life doesn't have to be complicated. It could be as simple as focusing on breathing when you feel stressed or angry. Concentrating on slow, deep breaths anchors your mind in the present moment, pulling it away from the triggers that might otherwise provoke a hasty reaction. This small practice can make a big difference in handling daily challenges. Another practical method for practicing mindfulness is to engage in what I call mindful observation. Take a mundane task, like drinking your morning coffee, and fully immerse yourself in the experience. Notice the aroma, the warmth of the cup in your hands, and the taste of the coffee. By being fully present in this ordinary moment, you train your mind to apply the same awareness and focus to more challenging situations, helping you navigate them more calmly and clearly. The beauty of mindfulness aligns perfectly with the Stoic teaching that our experiences are fleeting and impermanent. Practicing mindfulness teaches us to observe our emotions without getting lost in them. We recognize that feelings like anger or frustration are just passing states, not defining aspects of who we are. This understanding allows us to experience our emotions fully without letting them control us. In essence, mindfulness is about taking control of your inner life. It's about being aware of your thoughts and emotions, understanding their impermanent nature, and choosing how you respond. By cultivating mindfulness, you develop a stronger, more resilient mindset, enabling you to face life's challenges with a sense of calm and balance. Lesson 3. Embrace the impermanence of life. One of the most profound insights from Stoic philosophy is the recognition of impermanence, the understanding that everything in life is transient and constantly changing. This concept can be a powerful tool for navigating life's ups and downs with greater ease and less emotional turmoil. We often struggle with change, especially when things are unplanned. Whether it's a missed opportunity, the end of a relationship, or an unexpected challenge, our natural reaction is often to resist, leading to frustration and sadness. However, Stoicism teaches us to embrace impermanence as an inevitable part of life. By accepting that nothing lasts forever, we can find peace knowing that our joys and sorrows are temporary. When you truly grasp the concept of impermanence, it changes how you approach life. You realize that clinging to any moment, good or bad, only creates unnecessary suffering. Instead, you can learn to appreciate the present for what it is, knowing that it will eventually pass. This awareness doesn't diminish the value of our experiences. Rather, it enhances them by encouraging us to live fully in the moment. Take, for example, the frustration you might feel when plans suddenly change or something you were looking forward to falls through. Instead of dwelling on what didn't happen, Stoicism encourages you to see this as a natural part of life's flow. By understanding that change is the only constant, you can adapt more quickly and find new opportunities in what initially seemed like a setback. Practicing this mindset daily can be transformative. Start by observing the small changes around you, how the seasons shift, how your mood fluctuates throughout the day, and how relationships evolve. These observations serve as gentle reminders that life is in constant motion, and trying to hold on too tightly to any aspect of it is futile. Moreover, when you accept impermanence, you also begin to let go of the fear of loss. Whether it's the fear of losing a loved one, a job, or even your health, Stoicism teaches that by accepting the transient nature of all things, you can approach life with a sense of calm and readiness for whatever comes next. Incorporating this Stoic lesson into your life isn't about becoming detached or indifferent. It's about finding strength in the knowledge that everything, good and bad, is temporary. By embracing impermanence, you cultivate resilience, enabling you to face life's inevitable changes with grace and poise. Lesson 4. Focus on what you can control. At the heart of Stoic philosophy lies a liberating truth, the distinction between what we can control and what we cannot. So much of our daily stress and frustration comes from trying to manage things beyond our influence. The Stoics remind us that real power comes from focusing on what we can control, our thoughts, decisions, and actions. Think about how often we waste energy on things outside our control, whether it's other people's behavior, the weather, or past events that can't be changed. Stoicism teaches us to reclaim tremendous power by redirecting our focus to our responses. Instead of being swept away by anger or frustration over uncontrollable situations, we can invest our energy into actions that make a difference. Imagine you're working on a group project, and one of your teammates isn't pulling their weight. It's easy to get frustrated, perhaps even angry. But Stoic wisdom asks us to pause and consider, what part of this situation is within my control? You can't force your teammate to work harder, but you can choose how you respond. Maybe it's a calm conversation to clarify expectations, or perhaps you decide to do more work yourself to ensure the project's success. By focusing on what you can control, you reduce your stress and find more effective ways to address the problem. Another powerful aspect of this principle is learning to accept that some things are simply out of our hands. This acceptance isn't about giving up, but understanding where our actual influence lies. When we stop trying to control the uncontrollable, we free ourselves from unnecessary anxiety and frustration. For instance, if you're stuck in traffic, you can focus on something productive or calming instead of fuming over the delay, like listening to an audiobook or reflecting on your day. Over time, practicing this mindset builds resilience. You'll find yourself less disturbed by life's ups and downs because you've learned to direct your energy where it truly matters. This isn't about ignoring your feelings or denying reality. It's about channeling your efforts into what you can change, making your life more peaceful and your mind more focused. Lesson 5. Understand your emotions. Stoicism strongly emphasizes understanding our emotions. This awareness is critical to achieving self-mastery. The Stoics believe that our emotions arise from our judgments and perceptions of the world, not the events themselves. By delving into the root causes of our feelings, we can learn to respond to life's challenges in ways that align with our values rather than simply reacting out of habit. Every emotion we experience, anger, joy, sadness, or fear, originates in how we interpret a situation. For instance, if you feel anger when someone interrupts you during a conversation, it's worth asking yourself why. Is it because you feel disrespected? Or perhaps it touches on a more profound insecurity about being heard or valued. By exploring these underlying reasons, you gain insight into your emotional triggers and the beliefs and values that drive them. This robust understanding allows you to change how you perceive and respond to situations. Stoicism teaches that our emotions are based on judgments we can examine and modify. When you feel a strong emotion, instead of being swept away, try to step back and ask yourself a few questions. What am I believing in this moment? Is this belief true? Is it helpful? This process allows you to shift your perspective and choose a different, more constructive emotional response. Consider, for example, the anxiety you might feel before a big presentation at work. This anxiety often stems from a belief that you need to be perfect to earn respect. But is this belief accurate? More likely, your colleagues appreciate your effort, honesty, and dedication more than they do perfection. Recognizing this can help reduce your anxiety and allow you to approach the situation more calmly and confidently. One practical way to deepen your understanding of your emotions is through journaling. Writing down your thoughts and feelings can help you identify patterns and triggers you might not have noticed otherwise. This self-reflection helps in the moment and builds emotional intelligence over time, making you more resilient and adaptable. Talking about your emotions with someone you trust, a friend, family member, or mentor, can be incredibly insightful. Discussing your feelings aloud allows you to see them from a new perspective and clarify why you react the way you do. Embracing the Stoic approach to emotions doesn't mean suppressing or ignoring what you feel. On the contrary, it's about engaging with your emotions thoughtfully and deliberately so that you can respond to the world in a way that's true to your principles. By understanding your feelings, you take control of your inner life and actively shape your experience rather than simply reacting to it. Lesson 6. Embrace the power of forgiveness. Forgiveness is one of the most transformative practices in Stoicism, not only in how we relate to others, but also in how we maintain our inner peace. For the Stoics, forgiveness is not about condoning wrongs or forgetting the harm done to us. Instead, it's about freeing ourselves from the heavy emotional burden of resentment and grudges. Stoicism teaches that holding on to anger or bitterness only harms us, keeping us emotionally tied to past hurts. In this philosophy, forgiveness is a deliberate choice to release this negativity, allowing us to regain control over our emotions and focus on what truly matters. It's about deciding that the actions of others will not disturb our inner tranquility. Forgiving others requires deep self-awareness and emotional discipline, qualities that Stoicism encourages us to develop. It involves recognizing that our feelings of hurt or anger, while natural, are ultimately under our control. We have the power to decide whether we let these emotions dominate our lives or whether we choose to move past them. Consider how empowering it is to choose forgiveness. When we forgive, we're not excusing the behavior that hurt us, but we are choosing not to let it continue to affect our present state of mind. Letting go isn't about the other person. It's about reclaiming our emotional energy and directing it toward more constructive and fulfilling pursuits. One of the first steps to practicing forgiveness is recognizing that we are all human and, therefore, all prone to making mistakes. Reflecting on our shortcomings can foster empathy for others, making forgiving easier. When we understand that everyone is capable of error, it becomes simpler to let go of the anger and hurt we may feel. Another Stoic practice is to put the situation in perspective. Often, the things we hold on to are not as significant as they seem in the grand scheme of our lives. Focusing on our long-term well-being and peace of mind can make the immediate sting of grievances less critical, making it easier to forgive and move forward. Reframing the narrative is also a powerful tool in forgiveness. Instead of seeing yourself as a victim, consider yourself a survivor or even a hero of your own story, someone who has faced challenges and emerged stronger. This shift in perspective facilitates forgiveness and empowers you to take control of your life's narrative. Engaging in mindfulness or meditation can further support the process of forgiveness. These practices help calm the mind and provide the space to process emotions more rationally. As you sit quietly and focus on your breath, allow thoughts of forgiveness to arise, imagining yourself releasing the negative feelings associated with past hurts. It's important to remember that forgiveness is a process, and it's okay if it takes time. Each step toward forgiveness, no matter how small, is toward a lighter, more balanced life. By embracing the power of forgiveness, you free yourself from the past and open the door to a more peaceful and fulfilling future. Lesson 7. Cultivate self-control. Self-control is a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy, essential for leading a life that aligns with our deepest values and long-term goals. It's the ability to pause before reacting, consider whether our impulses serve or hinder us, and choose actions that reflect our true intentions. In everyday life, self-control manifests in countless small decisions. It helps you resist the temptation of unhealthy habits, whether reaching for junk food late at night or spending too much time on social media. It also allows you to hold your tongue during an argument, preserving relationships and maintaining peace of mind. For the Stoics, self-control is not about suppressing emotions or desires, but managing them wisely. One effective way to strengthen self-control is through regular reflection on your actions and their consequences. Take time each day to review your choices. Were there moments when you acted impulsively? What triggered those actions? Understanding these patterns is the first step toward mastering them. Reflection helps you become more aware of situations where your self-control might falter, giving you the insight needed to respond differently next time. Setting clear personal rules based on your values is another powerful strategy. Stoicism teaches that living according to rational principles is critical to a good life. By establishing rules for yourself, such as not checking your phone during meals or limiting how much time you spend on distractions, you exercise self-control in ways that directly enhance your daily life and well-being. Visualization is another technique that can help reinforce self-control. Before entering a situation where you know you might be tempted to act impulsively, take a moment to visualize yourself handling it calmly and with restraint. Imagine the satisfaction you'll feel from staying true to your principles. This mental rehearsal can make keeping cool when faced with real-life challenges much more accessible. The Stoics also believed in gradually increasing one's tolerance for discomfort as a way to build self-control. You strengthen your willpower by voluntarily exposing yourself to minor, manageable discomforts, whether taking a cold shower, fasting, or resisting minor temptations. These practices teach you that discomfort is not something to be feared, but something that can be endured and even overcome. This resilience carries over into more significant emotional or social challenges, making it easier to exercise self-control when it matters most. Finally, remember that self-control is a journey, not a destination. There will be times when you falter, and that's okay. What's important is to recognize these moments, learn from them, and continue striving for improvement. No matter how small, every act of self-control is a victory in itself and a step toward becoming a wiser, more balanced individual. By cultivating self-control, you empower yourself to navigate life's challenges with grace and purpose, making decisions that reflect your values and contribute to a more fulfilling life. Lesson 8. Develop patience. Patience is a virtue that the Stoics held in high regard, not just as a way to endure delays and challenges, but as a method for transforming how we experience life. Patience, in the Stoic sense, isn't merely about waiting. It's about how we conduct ourselves during those moments of waiting, maintaining our composure and inner peace even when things don't go as planned. In our fast-paced world, we constantly encounter situations that test our patience. Standing in a slow-moving line, being stuck in traffic, or waiting for someone to respond to an important message. Our instinctive reaction might be to feel frustrated or irritated, but Stoicism teaches us to view these moments differently. Every delay and inconvenience is an opportunity to practice patience and reinforce our ability to remain calm and collected. One practical approach to developing patience is to adjust your expectations. Our impatience often stems from the gap between what we expect and what happens. By acknowledging that delays and obstacles are a natural part of life, you can reduce frustration when things don't go your way. This doesn't mean lowering your standards, but aligning your expectations with the reality that the world doesn't continuously operate on our timetable. Another powerful strategy is reframing these waiting moments as opportunities for growth or reflection. For example, if you're stuck in traffic, you could listen to an audiobook, practice deep breathing, or simply reflect on your day instead of fuming over the delay. This shift in perspective turns what might have been a frustrating experience into a productive or peaceful one. Mindfulness also plays a crucial role in cultivating patience. By staying present and fully engaging with the moment, you can distance yourself from feelings of urgency and restlessness often accompanying waiting. Mindfulness helps you create a peaceful state of mind, allowing you to handle delays easily. The Stoics also emphasized understanding the impermanent nature of all things, including our current state of impatience. Reminding yourself that this too shall pass can help you endure unpleasant situations more gracefully. Whether it's a minor inconvenience like a delayed flight or a more significant challenge like recovering from an illness, knowing it's temporary can make it more bearable. Finally, it's essential to recognize and celebrate the small victories along the way. Each time you stay calm in a situation that would typically test your patience, acknowledge that achievement. These small steps add up, gradually strengthening your ability to remain patient and composed in the face of life's challenges. Practicing improves your ability to deal with delays and obstacles and cultivates a more profound sense of inner peace and resilience. This Stoic virtue helps you navigate life with more extraordinary grace, allowing you to maintain your dignity and composure no matter what comes your way. Conclusion. In exploring Stoic wisdom, we've delved into powerful lessons that can transform how we navigate life's challenges. From recognizing and controlling our anger, focusing on what we can influence, and cultivating mindfulness to embracing impermanence, understanding our emotions, developing patience, practicing forgiveness, and exercising self-control. Each lesson offers practical strategies for building a resilient, peaceful, and fulfilling life. Stoicism isn't just a philosophy. It's a way of living that empowers us to face life's inevitable ups and downs with grace and strength. Applying these principles teaches us to respond to challenges calmly, make decisions aligned with our values, and ultimately lead a more balanced and purposeful life. I encourage you to take these lessons to heart as you continue your journey. Start small, practicing patience in your daily interactions, or taking a moment to breathe and reflect before reacting to a situation. Over time, these small changes can lead to profound personal transformation. If you found value in these insights and want to continue growing alongside a community of like-minded individuals, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Doing so will ensure that you won't miss out on more content designed to help you master your emotions and lead a more stoic life. Remember, every step you take towards understanding and applying these stoic principles is a step towards a life of greater peace and fulfillment. So, let's continue this journey together. Check out the suggested videos on your screen to deepen your understanding and keep growing. Thank you for watching, and until next time, keep cultivating your inner strength.